Hello and welcome back to Intangible. I'm your host, Leticia Caminero, and we are reporting from the INTA annual meeting here in London. This episode, I wanted to make it differently. I wanted to show you how IP lawyer can be creative, can be inventive, can be even fun. So I asked them to play a game with me, and a scenario game. They have received a card in which they see what the client is asking them to do, and then they decide which kind of approach they would like to do. They either do exactly what the client wants at exactly. They also have the option of doing an inventive path of the counseling, and they can also think about, well, maybe it would be better if I have assistant of a technology. So they have the option also of choosing an AI assist tool. And finally, they also have the option of choosing a curveball. So thinking about the worst possible scenario that can happen in this fake reality. So let's see what the amazing lawyers in INTA had to say about this inventive mindset game. Our first player is Roman Vidal, an AI and IP strategist, and his scenario is a smart home device patent. A company has built a smart home device and wants to patent it before starting a fundraising round next month. The positive is that the technology appears commercially promising. The limitation is that the founders want the filing done quickly and have only a rough technical explanation prepared. Let's see Roman's decision.
I would try to actually find a solution and not abide by the client terms. Basically, I would look at how to underpin the idea, the technical idea, to have a more sound idea of what it's all about. Maybe use AI as well to kind of explore different options and alternatives to this technical invention. Basically, you want to understand deeply what technically you're going to be protecting for a patent application, and obviously, you might be leveraging AI to broaden up your ideas, to have a better idea on what's the state of the art, for instance, around this specific smart home patent device, but also like kind of get alternatives into the initial idea you have to broaden up, the scope of protection you will get with your future patent. And actually, AI can do that pretty well. So I would go for those two things. Yeah.
The next player is Kioma Ekvog, a legal associate from G. Elias. Her scenario is a viral character creator. An illustrator created a character that exploded on social media and is now being shared widely online. A toy company wants to discuss a collaboration within 10 days. The positive condition is that the creator already has a strong audience recognition. The negative is that she has no contracts, no brand strategy, and has only been thinking about copyright.
Okay, yeah, so I have seen that he has only been thinking about copyright, and I have seen that he has already gathered a lot of recognition from the audience. So I would be thinking, what other protection does he need to protect his brand? So I would already be thinking about how he's going to protect his trademark, to protect his brand, of course, copywriting. And I would also be thinking of how best he's going to commercialize this situation, right? Having, gotten a character that had exploded on social media already. So I would really be thinking about how best he can harness, this particular talent.
Next is Leticia Dancing. In my country, when we share the same name, we call each other Tocaya. So Leticia Dancing is my Tocaya. She is a master's student at CEP, the Center for International Intellectual Property Studies. Her scenario is an influencer brand expansion. An influencer is launching a skincare line under her personal name. She has millions of followers, but her personal and business activities are fully intertwined. Let's see what Leticia, mi tocaya, has to say about this scenario.
About like my question is about influencer and brand expansion. So she's basically a famous influencer and she wants to launch a skincare line under a personal name. Sorry. So I will advise her to that it is curveball because she has millions of followers and she already have other businesses with her own name. So maybe with the other activities, if there are other person involved in that, it can be quite tricky. And also about like the distinctiveness of her name, because I don't know if it's a famous one, like know about famous trademarks, like it can be difficult. So that's what I'm gonna say. I don't think it's quite inventive. So yes, thank you.
Now we have Salma Setat, also a master's student at CEP. Her scenario is a gaming studio launch. An indie studio is about to launch a multiplayer game with distinctive characters and mechanics. They plan to release globally on digital platforms, but their budget is tight and they want just enough protection before launch.
Specific scenario, I would pick two. I would pick Inventive Path and Curveball. Why? Because this is an indie studio, so they have a restrictive means, but they want to scale globally, and that can be very costly and not effective for what they want to do. So I would advise them to first do it nationally and focus on that, and then think about scaling later. I think that might be a potential curveball. So we can go another route as well, because if it's a distinctive character in a game, maybe you can go copyright as well. So that's what I was thinking.
The final player is Seina Hoveiche from Alfafi IP Group. Her scenario is fashion brand name. A fashion designer is seeking a bold, memorable global brand name for a new label launching across multiple regions. The strength lies in a clear aesthetic and a strong marketing vision. The limitation is the designer's preference for an edgy, unconventional name, even if it increases legal risks.
Choose the inventive path. Okay, this one. Perfect. So that means that you will go a bit beyond what the client is asking. Yes.
Thank you for listening to the Flash episode playing around INTA 2026, and a scenario game for IP lawyers. I hope you have enjoyed this game. If you want to watch the full video episode, please go to our YouTube channel. There you're going to find the full interviews in English and Spanish. Thank you so much for your time and see you next time.